Picky eaters are one of the biggest headaches for pet parents everywhere. And I know just how much of a headache since I have one of my own. So today, I'm going to pour out all my tips and tricks to help you take away at least one or two things to try if you have a picky eater at home. Welcome to the Practical Pet Parenting Podcast, where science and research meets simplicity, practicality, and humor. Because we all know that pet parenting isn't just one thing. It's magical, beautiful, life-changing, frustrating, and overwhelming all at the same time. I'm Dr. Ashita Suresh, a vet, a mom, a dog mom, on the multiple species pet parenting journey just like so many of you. Join me as we cut through the noise, fear, and fluff and take pet parenting from overwhelming to, well, barely manageable. Now, first of all, if your pet has suddenly gotten picky or has gotten picky to the point of not eating anything at all, the first order of business is a vet visit to make sure that nothing is wrong on the inside. Illness often affects our pets' appetites and tastes more than we think possible, and it's very important to rule that out first. Having said that, let's move on. The first step is adjust expectations. Now, we all want to do what's best for our pets, but sometimes our pets just will not get the memo, and picky just becomes not eating what we want them to eat. So, this will take a bit of honest self reflection, and if this is truly the case, see if you can find alternate ways that they will accept, like kibble, fresh, wet, or even a mixed diet to fulfill their nutritional needs, because ultimately, we are going for nutrition, not method. Next, warm up the food. Sometimes just warming up the food can do the trick. Warming helps the flavor and smell come out stronger, and this is especially useful in sick pets or older pets whose sense of smell and taste may not be at their best. Of course, this is limited to wet and fresh food. Nothing can be done in this way for kibble, though you can try adding some warm broth or something if they're okay with it. Next, try different textures. This is especially for cats, but some dogs as well. They can be picky about the feel of the food. So feel free to try dry, soggy, little less soggy, soupy, runny, whatever you can think of to see if they will eat. This can look like adding water to kibble, adding water to wet food, choosing chunkier or drier wet food, making the rice a little more softer, or mashing up the rice. Like the possibilities are endless. Next, try toppers. Some picky eaters are more accommodating than others and will happily accept a food that they like less if paired with a food that they love. But, a word of caution. The food that they love also needs to be a healthy choice, which can be given daily. This rules out things like treats, cheese, dog biscuits, etc. I tend to go for things like eggs, chicken broth, blended chicken, things like that. And if you're using solid things, please make sure you shred them up as tiny as you can so that they can't just pick those out because they will definitely try. Lastly, try different eating methods. For a lot of animals, eating can be an active and stimulating time. Try the puzzle feeder bowls, try the lick mats. You can even try scatter feeding, like just scattering the kibble around the floor, as long as you don't have an ant or an insect problem and you keep track of how much you're feeding. Picky eaters take a lot of patience, a lot of understanding, and a lot of experimentation. I hope that these tips and the feeling that you're not alone help you with your very own difficult darling. Thank you so much for listening to the Practical Pet Parenting Podcast. If you found this helpful, don't forget to follow, rate, or review. Whatever your podcasting app allows you to do it. You can also find me on Instagram at Indian Pet Vet and read more at practicalpetparenting.com. Much love to you and your pets, and see you next week.